So, who's ready? I want you all to stand up. Just make sure that you're loose and ready. I know that we all wore t-shirts today and wore comfortable clothes because we're here to network, to engage, to really create a difference. So thank you for coming to Expand 2025 and welcoming to the stage our keynote speaker all the way from Saudi, from AlMosafer, part of Sierra Group, Qais Amori.
Feel the bass, it's rising high. Hands up,
السلام عليكم.
for the sky. Oh, yeah.
السلام عليكم. الكل صاحي، الكل شارب قهوته. اعذروني راح احكي اليوم التوك معاكم بالانجليزي، بس حبيت اسلم عليكم. اهلا وسهلا فيكم جميعا. يعني هذا اليوم جدا مميز، مش بس بالنسبه لي، بالنسبه لكل واحد فيكم. To be here from everywhere, from every possible place in the Arab world. So with that, السلام عليكم and good morning. Before we deep dive today, I want to start with an anecdote. Who of you heard this story about these two young ladies who were trying to travel between Rome and Nice and they ended up boarding a flight to Tunis? Who saw this? No one saw this? You saw this? You saw this? A couple of weeks ago, I was on my Instagram account and I was checking this video about these two young ladies who were trying to travel between Rome and Nice. And they ended up actually boarding a flight to Tunis. Just a simple miscommunication in the way that they were booking their tickets ended up changing their experience entirely. And that's definitely not an experience that I would like any one of you having, and of course, none of our customers. Because after all, what is travel all about? Travel isn't just an experience. We travel to build memories with the people that we love. Some of us might be traveling to visit their family home. And some, this might be their first Hajj and Umrah trip. And for some of us, of course, today are in their business trips. But one way or another, we are all here, travelers. We are all AlMosafer. Who are we? We are a group of passionate individuals who are committed of elevating the travel experience for all of our customers, too, from within Saudi Arabia, the region and beyond. With more than 6 million room nights has been booked through AlMosafer platform and more than 9 million passengers actually reach their right destination. With over 2.5 million users to date in AlMosafer, AlMosafer is the leading travel platform in the region. But most of you might know us from our flagship consumer app, which, by the way, if you don't have it downloaded, I highly advise you download it, and I'll be looking forward for your feedback today on it. But we are much more than that. We cater for all verticals of travel and tourism, from consumer to business. Discover Saudi bringing inbound tourism to the kingdom, Mawasim for Hajj and Umrah, and AlMosafer activities. Our vision is to invite the whole world to come here to the region, to experience our amazing heritage and culture and try our pleasant hospitality, and most importantly, and my favorite personal, our amazing Arabic food. And all of this is built and served by one digital and technology platform. AlMosafer technology platform is able to handle more than 10 billion, let me repeat that, 10 billion requests every month. Our state-of-the-art microservices architecture is combined from more than 1,000 microservices deployed over 10,000 bots in production. And our amazing team is able to deploy more than 100 deployments on a daily basis with a code base exceeding 250 million lines of code. This is the technology that is powering all verticals of travel and tourism and driving us forward. But if we looked at that, Yeah, it looks all amazing and nice in numbers, but we definitely did not start this way. And I want to go back today and I want to take you with me in a journey. How AlMosafer went from a brick and mortar way of selling tickets in the kingdom to the leading travel group. And I want to start with our humble beginnings. AlMosafer is part of an old group in Saudi Arabia. It's called the Tayyar Travel Group, which renamed later to Sira. It's a more than 45 old company. It's the first actually to sell air and hotels within the kingdom. But it was truly a brick and mortar way, just a couple of shops scattered across the kingdom and selling tickets. In 2014, 2015, we have decided to move to digital. And it all started in this warehouse where we see our amazing team trying to figure it out, what we need to do. And when we talk about digital transformation, we think about it sometimes, unfortunately, as a project, but it's a journey. And that's what I want to take you with you today. Our journey in here did not start with the numbers that I showed you today. We started with a massive monolith application. And we were very, very focused on how we can improve product market fit. We only were focusing on just building. We only was focusing on only growth, how we can deliver just the growth without looking at our architecture, without looking at our people, without focusing about the foundations of how we can take AlMosafer actually to where it is right now. Where we ended up, we were slow at scale. Of course, we were slow at scale. With a massive monolith architecture and not the right processes and culture within the company, we were slow at scale. It was a very top-down approach. And sometimes we refer to the top-down approach as a bad thing, but honestly, we were a group of founders who's trying to build an online travel platform. But our ideas soon started to dry out. Yes, and I have to say it were more of a conflict more than collaboration. And I think a lot of you can relate to this. The product team blaming the engineering team, they don't know what the heck they are doing. The engineering team telling you the product guy did not put the right story in Jira. The design don't know how to, and all of that, which we see unfortunately in our day-to-day lives in our companies. And of course, we did not measure anything of what we've built. Yes, we were releasing, we were putting on a production, but we were not measuring what kind of impacts that we are leaving. So how we want to take this place from only focus on growth and instead of focus on building the foundation that allows a sustainable scalability. Because it does not matter, I love driving, and it does not matter if you drive your car at 7,000 RPM on a daily basis. You'll break the engine. How you will define the right organization that allow you to scale. And before I get into it, I'm not today talking about AI. Just to make it clear, today is all about people. It's all about you. And it's all about every single one of us. And what does it mean to put it in an organization? So yes, we needed a mindset shift. But this mindset, usually it's intangible, like what mindset means. And the way that we define the mindset in AlMosafer, it built on three main pillars: our architecture, our product, and our culture and people. Let's start with the architecture. As much as I love spaghettis at the earlies, our architecture was a kind of a massive, big spaghetti. It was a huge monolith application. And of course it was. We were only focusing on how we can deliver it quickly, how we can ship products. We never put the core of what we are doing from a technology aspect into perspective. This did not only create high team dependency, and I'll give you a couple of examples. We have multiple product teams. Our flight team, when they wanted to release their web application, they had to wait for the hotels team to actually merge their code, test it, and then they can release. I still remember there was time where the QA would have needed much more time than the engineering. That's a massive, massive team dependency. Not only this, the blast radius of any issue or any release into the production would have impacted us massively. One code wrongly deployed might put a whole AlMosafer totally down. And of course, with all of these limitations, there is no real team empowerment. So what do we do about that? How we can shift this to this? How we can take AlMosafer from this massive monolith to the state-of-the-art microservices architecture that we have today? And it's very important to be clear. The microservices architecture is not an objective. It's a solution. And I'm not here advocating that every company shall break its systems to a microservices. Solution architecture might work, event-driven architecture might work, but you need to select the right architecture that does not only fit your business, and it fits the needs and the dynamics of your company. Standing here talking about this journey reminds me of all of the times that we had to debate our architecture. What is the right way? Shall we go? And having this endless conversation about what is the end goal here. And I'll openly tell you, re-architecting AlMosafer was like operating an open heart surgery on a man running on a marathon. We had to do this hand in hand with our business, with our products, and with our engineering team without blocking our business, not only from serving our customers, but yet to grow. I asked the team to put the video, inshallah it will work. Once, yeah? It's working? This is just one illustration of our flight backend services connecting with each other to serve, search, select, book. When we look at the flight from outside, we think, okay, guys, it's just 3 pages. What is the magic about that? But when you understand the complexity of the travel industry, we are faced with a constant challenge. How we map the needs of our customers in one hand with the million of supply that we have on the other hand, and connecting them not only at speed, but at the scale and the personalization that we offer to our customers. Breaking down our monolith to the microservice was the first step to enable our team. But then we ask ourselves, are we truly agile? Ask yourself, is your team truly an agile team? And what do I mean by agile? I don't mean the agile by the process. I mean the agility, how much you are adaptable and how much you can change with the circumstances change. Let's put it into a test. How things work and how things used to work. There is an idea, amazing. There is an idea that has been thrown by the business or by one of our team or by one of the founders. Of course, we need the business case. Let's build the business case. Let's drag it. Now we put it into the roadmap. Amazing. And from there, we start gathering requirement. And by now, we are around 1.5 months down the road. Let's continue. Let's design it. And let's start building. And here we have sprints, right? Yes, we are iterating. We are agile. Then we deploy. Think about that. Are you truly agile? Does this look like a waterfall to you? And I want to give you an example. I still remember in 2018, there was a huge debate in AlMosafer how we need to build our flight experience and that we need to have it side by side instead of it today. And we had to go through the whole process. And it took us more than 3.5 months to build it. Guess what? It did not work. And congratulations. We just wasted not only more than 20 engineers' time, we wasted 3.5 months of opportunity cost that we could have put our team to solve. So what truly agile means? Truly, to be agile is to fail fast. That's your objective. That's our objective. What is the shortest path for a failure? That's the path that you need to look into. And I'll tell you how we've done it in AlMosafer. We have adapted something what we call as the dual track agile. The continuous discovery and the continuous delivery. And allow me to walk you through how this works. Instead of you having an idea and validating business case and building a requirement go through 4 or 5 months, why you do not discover what is the problems of your customers firsthand. In AlMosafer, we do believe of the customer centricity, and we have the customer in every decision that we do. So how we do that? It all starts with the customer discovery sessions, and we break out our discovery into two sections: problem discovery and solution discovery. Problem discovery, where our product and design and engineering team does not only look at our data and our customers' behavior, they actually sit and do customer interviews on a regular basis with our customers. That does not allow them to just high level get a solution from one of the business heads or the CEO or even me. This allows them to have a first-hand experience on what is the customer pain points. From there, we take this to a solution discovery. What are the possible solutions that we can actually put here to solve for our customers? And by the way, as of now, there is no line of code has been developed and there is no time has been wasted. And it's truly important for you to understand the power of that. This first thing that we start doing is just prototyping, either high fidelity or low fidelity. And we start validating the solutions with our customers. 90% of what we suggest fails. Let me repeat that. 90% of what we suggest to our customers in these sessions actually fails. But that's great. That's a very fast failure. Instead, the other route will go build it. And then it fails. And then we take this into a continuous journey between how our product team and design team discover and how our engineers work. And to try to put some more pragmatic way of doing it, this is the end result of what we call an opportunity solution tree from our problem discovery and solution discovery. So it all starts with a business objective. What do we want to achieve? What is our business wants? Let's take an example, increase revenue. What does it mean for our hotels team? They want to increase their conversion rate. That is a high-level business objective. Then they go and figure out all of the opportunities, the challenges that our customer have and our business have to try to achieve that and break it down to solution. And they start validating these solutions with their team. I want to give you an example. And I want to ask you a question before the example. Where do you think the best ideas comes in each organization? What is the single source of the best possible ideas in any digital organization? I'll answer you. It's not the head of business. It's not the product team. It's the engineers. The engineers are the one who understand the systems. And if you expose the engineers to your customers, imagine what level of innovation you will unlock. In one of the customer interviews, our iOS engineering team were sitting in this interview. And they saw that we are Arabs. We have big families. So any traveler that come and try to fill 9 passports, it's a very long journey. And that sparked a solution. What if we build a passport scanner that captures this information and populates it automatically for our customers? This by itself improves the conversion rate for our flights funnel by 20%. This would have been impossible without the engineering sitting and understanding the customer problem instead of somebody else sitting in. This is what the customer is doing. Hence, we are structured in what we call the trio model. Our team is built on 3 main pillars, 3 core pillars that drive the whole company forward: product, design, and engineering. And they work hand in hand. And all of them, by the way, have the same objective. And that's the only way that you bridge the gap between product and engineering and make them as a one unit. At the end, our objective as leaders is to build and empower the team that will build the best product for our customers, not vice versa. Great. Amazing. We solved the architecture and we've put a proper product mindset, digital-led, the organization. But how we stitch all of this? Yes, it is this vague word that we call culture, that everyone is talking about between now and then. And unfortunately, we don't have a consensus what culture means. And at least I'm here to tell you what culture does not mean in AlMosafer. So let's start. It is not the responsibility of the HR alone. It's not. It's not the team building events. It's not the amazing joining kit that you have. It's not the free lunches or free events. It's not. That's not what culture is. And definitely, it's not the posters that we even hang all over the office. It's not. And it's not something definitely that you sit once and you forget about. So what is culture is? At least what does it mean in AlMosafer? Culture is every behavior that you reward and every behavior you tolerate. The culture is how decisions are made in closed rooms, not only what we brag about in front of our colleagues and teams. It's the values that guide us under pressure, not only under good times. There is this amazing quote that I love. Everyone have values until they are tested, and you will test them under pressure. And it's the key way that leaders act, not what we talk, because people actually follow actions. And it's everyone's responsibility. And I have to emphasize in that. To build any culture in any company, it starts with the people. And every single one of us in this room is extremely responsible about driving the culture of this organization. Not only me or the leaders or every single one of us. But to unlock innovation in any company, the core of it is people. I spoke about architecture earlier and about product. But the dark matter, the glue that stitch all of that, is what you build a psychological safety. What that means, actually, what the psychological safety means. It is the glue that attaches every single one in the organization. And allow me to take you quickly what that means. Anything below inclusion safety means exclusion, means your team is fully disengaged and does not feel even a bit of a safety. And as much as you progress in the growth of developing psychological safety within your organization, how much that grow until you reach to the end where you unlock your innovation. It all starts by the inclusion safety. Do you feel belonged in your organization? Ask yourself, do you feel belonged? Do you feel welcome? Do you feel that your teammates or the overall organization hold you within that organization? And that, what is the minimum required in a psychological safety? Feeling included. Learner safety. Can I grow here? Am I learning something? Can I ask these questions in the middle of a room full of people that everyone will think about I'm stupid? Am I allowed to do mistakes? Or I'll be judged about every single mistake and I need to hide it? That's extremely important, which will take you to the third level of safety. Contributor safety. Can I contribute? Can I add? Can I give my opinion? Not only ask, can I change the status quo of this place? And last but not least, that we all strive to reach there is challenger safety. How many of you here feel safe telling a CEO or their manager, no? How many of you feels here that I disagree fundamentally on what you have to say while feeling safe about it? Without that, without combining the 4 levels, you cannot unlock innovation. And I'm not here on a stage, such an amazing crowd, claiming that we have unlocked all of them. But I can openly tell you that we are trying as hard as we can to keep growing from one step to another. Because that's the only path of innovation. It's investing in your people. And true, you are telling me, man, Qais, come on. This is the manager's job or the director job or God knows whose job. It all starts with you. If you don't feel your colleague feel welcome, it's gone. You are the one who will be judging. What stupid question are you asking before the manager even asks that? And you are the one who will start blaming your colleague if he's done a mistake. It's all you. And it all starts with every single one of us. And remember, it's not what we say, it's what we do every single day. This is our story, how we went from a very, very early foundation in a tactical way, a huge monolith, to not only unlocking innovation AlMosafer, to driving personalization using machine learning and AI. That's the only AI I'll be talking about today. To the state of the art microservices architecture that we have. And from a more of a tactical approach to a strategic approach to unlock an experience that we offer to our customers that no one else can do. And we are here in Amman. And we have an amazing team in Amman that I'm personally not only proud of, that I'm personally love, cherish. And I give them a massive credit for where we are today. Our Amman story started in 2021, where we have our first hire today. We wanted to expand. Funny enough, we are in expand. We want to expand outside of our core offices. We have 3 main big locations: Riyadh, our headquarters, Dubai, and Cairo. And we want to expand beyond that. We want to expand our engineering team. And we want to tap into global talent. And we started this exercise 2019, but unfortunately, 2020 hit us extremely hard as a travel company where our revenue almost reached to zero. So we hold it a little bit in the expansion one. But I can tell you that I personally, with along with a lot of leaders, we checked and we visited and we evaluated a lot of other countries where one of them was Amman. And we ended up landing in Amman. This is a picture of 2022, actually, where we were just a group of 10, 15 people. This is where we had a huge team, I consider it at that time. And why we selected Amman? Amman has a strong tech talent that I have to emphasize on. And as an Arabic guy, as an Arabic engineer, I'm telling you, we have to be proud of the talent and the people we are. We can. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't. And we have an amazing talent here in Amman. Not only they are an amazing, of course, in Arabic, but they have an amazing English fluency and the relevancy. We wanted people to relate to our brand, what AlMosafer actually means and what we stand for. Because we needed a team of missionaries, not mercenaries. The team of mercenaries cannot get you anyway, but the team of missionaries can drive the vision with you. And from a human being who took a massive leap of faith to the amazing more than 145 employees that we have now in Amman, and we recently opened our new office in King Hussein Business Park. We have a huge pool of talent that I cannot tell you how much they contribute to the amazing success of AlMosafer. And yet we are growing. But the fun part and what's worth mentioning about Amman, we started interviewing in Amman in COVID. And please be reminded that we are a travel company. We started interviewing and expanding Amman in Q4 2020. This is how much we believe in this place. And this is how much we believe in the talent and the capability of building a scalable team. So I want to take this opportunity to thank our amazing Amman team here today. Thank you. The clock is showing red on here, so let me try to close in time. I want to leave you with some key takeaways. Embrace the journey. Whatever we are in, it is a journey. And I need to repeat this for the third time. I'm not still here to tell you that we figured it all out. No. Trust me, we are still learning. We are still failing. And I'm so proud of that. But the only thing that I ask you to do is fall fast and fall forward. It's your responsibility as a leader to drive culture. It is in you. It's not in the HR. It's in every single one of us. If you want to build that glue that connects your company and drive innovation, it is culture before architecture. Agile is a mindset. It's not a process. How much you are agile, how much you can adapt, how much when things hit the fan that you can address these challenges and pivot, how much you are adaptable. It's not about how many sprints do we do and do we track the right user stories or this retrospective. This is all amazing process that can help you measure and improve. But that's not what agile actually means. Any system that's right now live in your production, it's a legacy. That's the mindset that we have. And that's the mindset that I advise you to have. Start refactoring and don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy by saying, oops, the architecture that we have now is not the optimal, because that's the only way that you can change and evolve. And last but not least, yes, I'm a technologist and I understand the capabilities of a very strong and solid architecture and what it can do, but tech can enable this level of scale. But you can enable empathy, and that's all what matters. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.